Chapter 43. Listen and repeat. A conversation. What's this? It's a big city. What's the center of the city called? It's called downtown. Example, it's called New York. What's downtown? There are a lot of big office buildings downtown. Are any of them tall? Some of them are tall. Do many people come downtown? Thousands of people come downtown every day. Why do they come downtown? They come downtown to work. Why else do they come downtown? They come downtown to shop. Why else do they come downtown? They come downtown to see films and plays. Who's this? This is Diane Rossi. What does she do? She's a secretary. Where does she live? She lives in a flat downtown. Does she live with anyone else? She shares the flat with 2 other girls. How long has Diane lived in this flat? She's lived in this flat for 8 months. Example, she's lived here for a year. How long has she lived in the city? She's lived in the city for 3 years. Where does she come from? She comes from a small town. Which does she prefer, life in the city or in a small town? She prefers life in the city. She's always lived in a big city. She hasn't ever lived in a small town. She's studied shorthand. She hasn't studied accounting. She's bought a green dress. She hasn't bought a blue dress. She's eaten breakfast. She hasn't eaten lunch yet. What's this? It's the underground. What's the underground? It's a train that runs under the ground. Does it go very fast? Yes, it does. What has Diane just done? She's just got on the underground. Where's she going? She's going to work. Does she often take the underground to work? Yes, she does. How else does she go to work? Sometimes she walks to work. Is her flat very far from her office? No, it isn't. The verb to call appears here in the form of the present passive, which, as will be seen later, is made up of the present of the auxiliary be plus the past participle of the main verb. The word else can follow all interrogative pronouns and adverbs. See Unit 8, page 66. In particular, the expression why else means for what other reason or for what other purpose, and how else means in what other way. As will be seen later, sentences whose verb is in the present perfect and which include a time expression introduced by for, an action started in the past and still continuing in the present, correspond, in Italian, to sentences with the verb in the present tense and the time expression introduced by the preposition da. In particular, the sentence, she's lived in this flat for 8 months, corresponds to the Italian, lei vive in questo appartamento da 8 mesi. The adverb ever can be preceded by not and, in this case, means never. With expressions indicating movement towards a place, such as to work, to school, to my, your, etc., office, the verb to go can be omitted when another verb in the sentence already expresses movement. Vocabulary: bath, bathroom, blue, double, adjective, downtown, flat, noun, ground, noun, initial, adjective/noun, just, life, not at all, play, noun, porter, register, noun, single, one, 1,000/1,000, underground, noun, up to now. Verbs: to call, to come from, to prefer, to share, to sign. Proper names: Jack, short for John. Notes: just, this adverb, in addition to the uses already seen in Unit 19, also has a temporal meaning. It indicates that the action expressed by the verb has just happened or finished. When used in this sense, just is placed between the auxiliary and the verb. Because of its meaning, it is generally used in sentences with the verb in the present perfect. 1/a. Thousand. The noun thousand, plural, thousands, corresponds to the Italian migliaio, migliaia, just as hundred, hundreds correspond to centinaio, centinaia. This noun, always in singular form, can be preceded by cardinal numbers, 1, 2, 3, etc. The resulting expression itself has the value of a cardinal number, 1,000, 2,000, etc. Instead of 1, the indefinite article a is also commonly used. To call. This verb, besides meaning to call someone, also means to name, to give a name to someone or something. Example: my name is John, but my friends call me Jack. In this meaning, to call is used in the passive form, corresponding to the Italian si chiama. Note in particular the interrogative form introduced by what. Example: what's this machine called in English? It's called a franking machine. Dialogue. Good morning. Good morning. May I help you? Yes, I have a booking. And what's your name, sir? It's Brown. How do you spell that, sir? Brown. The initial is M. Was that for a single or a double room? A single with bath. Oh yes, here it is. Just sign the register, Mr. Brown. Thank you. Not at all. I'll call a porter to take your bags. Notes. May I help you? This rather formal expression is commonly used in English by shop assistants or clerks dealing with the public. It corresponds to the Italian "In che cosa posso servirla?" As you will have noticed listening to the fourth scene of the dialogue, where Mr. Brown spells his name letter by letter, the letters of the English alphabet are pronounced differently from Italian. In most dictionaries, you can find the phonetic transcription of the letters of the alphabet. The expression "a single" is a short form that omits the noun room. Note that single room and double room correspond to the Italian camera singola and camera doppia. Grammar. Irregular verbs. In this table are listed all the irregular verbs that have appeared so far. Those that will appear for the first time later will be given only in the vocabulary. The paradigm of each verb consists of the basic forms: infinitive, simple past, past participle, from which all moods and tenses can be derived. Some verbs have, for the simple past or for the past participle, or for both, two different forms, one irregular, the other regular. In general, the irregular form is preferred in British English, while the regular form is preferred in American English. Compound verbs or phrasal verbs have the same simple past and past participle forms as the verbs from which they are derived. Irregular verbs. Infinitive, base form of the verb, used in the present tense or after to go, to see. Simple past, expresses a completed action in the past. I went, she saw. Past participle, used with have/has/had to form the perfect tenses. I have gone, she has seen. Was, were, been. Begin, began, begun. Blow, blew, blown. Bring, brought, brought. Buy, bought, bought. Catch, caught, caught. Come, came, come. Cost, cost, cost. Do, did, done. Drink, drank, drunk. Drive, drove, driven. Eat, ate, eaten. Fall, fell, fallen. Feed, fed, fed. Find, found, found. Fly, flew, flown. Get, got, got. Give, gave, given. Go, went, gone. Hang, hung, hung. Have, had, had. Hold, held, held. Keep, kept, kept. Know, knew, known. Learn, learnt, learned. learnt, learned. Leave, left, left. Let, let. Make, made, made. Mean, meant, meant. Meet, met, met. Pay, paid, paid. Put, put. Read, read. Ride, rode, ridden. Ring, rang, rung. Run, ran, run. Say, said, said. See, saw, seen. Sell, sold, sold. Send, sent, sent. Sow, sowed, sown. Show, showed, shown, showed. Sit, sat, sat. Sleep, slept, slept. Smell, smelt, smelled. Smelt, smelled. Speak, spoke, spoken. Spell, spelt, spelled. Spelt, spelled. Spend, spent, spent. Stand, stood, stood. Swim, swam, swum. Take, took, taken. Teach, taught, taught. Think, thought, thought. Wake, woke, woken. Leave, left, left. Wear, wore, worn. Let, let. Write, wrote, written. Make, made, made. Mean, meant, meant. Present perfect affirmative form. I have/we've lived in London for 2 years. You have/we've lived in London for 2 years. Tom has lived in London for 2 years. He's lived in London for 2 years. We have/we've lived in London for 2 years. Tom and Sally have lived in London for 2 years. They've lived in London for 2 years. Negative form. I have not/haven't seen my friend this month. You have not/haven't seen your friend this month. Tom has not/hasn't seen his friend this month. We have not/haven't seen our friend this month. Tom and Sally have not/haven't seen their friends this month. Explanation. Up to now, we have seen 2 past tenses, the past tense, or simple past, and the past progressive. Let us now consider the present perfect, a characteristic tense of the English language. It is similar in formation to the Italian passato prossimo, but it often differs in usage. It is the first compound past tense we encounter. Like other compound tenses, it is formed with the auxiliary have plus the past participle of the main verb. The past participle of regular verbs is the same as the simple past form. For irregular verbs, the past participle is a particular form that must be memorized. The present perfect is therefore formed as follows. Present of have plus past participle of the verb. Example, I have visited. Present perfect, yes, no questions. Yes, no questions. Tom, have you seen Anne this week? Has Sally gone to Italy this year? Has it rained this afternoon? Tom, Sally, have you seen Anne this week? Have the students gone to the gym? Short answers. Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Yes, she has. No, she hasn't. Yes, it has. No, it hasn't. Yes, we have. No, we haven't. Yes, they have. No, they haven't. Explanation. To form questions in the present perfect, the auxiliary have is inverted with the subject. Yes/no questions usually have short affirmative or negative answers. Affirmative short answers. Yes plus subject plus have/has, no contractions. Negative short answers. No plus subject plus haven't/hasn't, usually contracted. Use of the present perfect. The present perfect differs clearly from the simple past. The simple past is used when the time of the action is specified and completed. The present perfect is used when the focus is on the result or effect of a past action on the present. In particular, the present perfect is used to indicate a state or condition that began in the past and continues in the present. Example, that house has been empty for 10 months. one or more actions during a time period continuing up to the present. Example, have you ever visited London? A habit that started in the past and continues in the present. Example, the students have gone to the gym twice a week this year. A past event with effects or consequences in the present. Example, the taxi has arrived. Negative form. The negative form is made by adding not after the auxiliary have not/has not. Common contractions are haven't and hasn't. There are also affirmative contractions: I've, you've, they've, he's, she's, it's. Note that S can stand for both is and has. Remember, have is the only auxiliary used to form active compound past tenses, while be is used to form the passive.